But I do always worry that she'll see me like patting my head, trying to scratch my braids, and think, how am I going to get protected by him? That's his head. Just to scratch under his braids. This isn't a protector.
Yeah, how can you? Yeah,
this isn't a protector.
Yeah.
You a nigga out there with braids?
Do you pat your head?
Hey, your girl watching you, bro. Don't pat your head.
Ooh, that sounds so good. Don't you agree? This is Everybody Got a Podcast, but everybody don't need a mic. I am your host, Emmy-nominated sports reporter and talent, or sports reporter and producer, Vic James. Let's just call it season 2, man. It's been a wild ride getting this thing off the ground, but yeah, we're just gonna flip it around to season 2 for Everybody Got a Podcast. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has asked me where the episodes have been. Life has just been lifing. So here we go. We just gonna get back into it real quick. But it's been amazing, man. Just turned 35. I'm so excited for this next chapter of this journey. It's been a turbulent one, to say the least, but I think the one thing that I've learned in this, time that I've been on Earth, or at least recently, I should say, taking the highs with the lows, taking the lows with the highs, I think has been the best thing I've been able to do for myself as far as a birthday gift. But, it is my birthday, and I will cry if I want to. I'm just so excited to be alive, man. Just be here with y'all and be able to keep experiencing all the things. So what's been going on and what's new? Just basically been, trying to figure it out. I think the one thing about this platform is like just trying to be more consistent and not trying to be working to be more consistent with everything. And it's been difficult in the last couple of months. Just had a lot of life shifts and changes as far as what I've been doing. I had to take a part-time job. I'm working retail again for the first time since college, which is something that, I definitely didn't plan, but it's something that I've welcomed, something that I need to do right now. And it's hasn't been terrible. Retail has its own bag, but its own things to gripe about, things to complain about, I guess. But ain't nobody really got time for that, for real. It's always been something for me just to take things with pride and work as hard as you can, no matter what the title is, what the job title is. And I came into 2025 saying that, like, putting too much emphasis on the outside was something that I wasn't going to do as much of. So, I'm being transparent, about my situation, and hopefully, as always, like, it helps somebody, the few people that, tune in. So I appreciate y'all heavily for the people that have been, again, asking me and, saying like, hey, where's the content and everything like that. It lets me know that people are resonating with the things that I talk about and, the way that, I go about this thing. So I can't be as, excited as I can be. It's been a year since we started this, which is, we gonna go up for that, a little bit. No, actually, no, we got the button, so we getting back to it. But it's been a crazy full calendar year, and yeah, just ready to, take this thing into the next phase of, Everybody Got a Podcast. So things to expect, more guests, more interviews, which I'm very excited about. Segments, going to have some new segments to introduce in this next season. And honestly, just more intention and consistency. I think that's the one thing that, I've been hard on myself about in the last few months, but, giving myself the grace to know that, sometimes you have to reframe and, recalibrate and focus on things that, you need to do it in that moment. And one thing that I was really proud of myself was even starting this, because again, like, this is something that was in the works for, 10 plus years before I started it. And now it's something that I do hold dear. I think that, I have a lot of like amazing people in my orbit. And as long as I get a chance to, give them more space and a platform to talk about the things that we want to talk about, be it sports, be it the culture, be it whatever they want to talk about, that's what I'm here for. And I think that's the one thing that I will continue to do as I have this space. So on that note, I got a chance to go back, back home to Southern California a couple months ago. And we had planned on, I had planned on doing an episode with my boy Jordan Hicks, one of my best friends, while I was out there, and didn't work out the way I wanted to. So I shelved it for a while, but we had so many good like conversation points during that time that I wanted to still let y'all in on it. And it was really just, we're just talking about like, honestly, family, a lot of like, LA because, he's been out there for, a full year now. At that time it was coming up on a year, and just kind of getting his, takes and his what his finger on the pulse was, being in LA and everything. So, it was a good conversation. So I didn't want it to go to waste. So doing a little bit different this time is going to be more testimonial, more reflection, with a little bit of that conversation. So I'm going to wrap it up here. We're going to hear more about that conversation, and then I'll be back. So I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the other side. My boy Jordan Hicks, Frock Boyz Part 2 already.
Hey, in the building.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, let's get it.
Live and direct.
Let's get it.
All the way from the stew.
Yeah, Stew City repping Jordan Hicks with the fresh braids.
Yeah, man. Head still hurts.
You been patting that bitch, ain't you?
Oh, man. That's the thing. That's what they say. I didn't know how real that was until like my head started itching and I had to start patting it. And I felt bad about it. I was like, oh, man, like, thankfully I'm already, I'm with somebody, so I don't have to worry about this. But I do always worry that she'll see me like patting my head, trying to scratch my braids, and think, how am I going to get protected by me? That's his head. Just to scratch under his braids. This isn't a protector.
Yeah, how can you? Yeah,
this isn't a protector.
Yeah. That's one of them. Like you, like
this isn't a provider move
because black men, indigenous, man,
you gotta damn near ruin
for centuries, decades, however, whatever, have been getting braids. Like, how have they just been out here?
I'm not out here trying to shit on the history or whatever.
Not
I'm
at all.
just telling you about the here and now.
No, I'm with you. What I'm saying is, it's just funny how like niggas be out here just like hard as fuck with
patting their heads
with braids, either patting their heads or not patting their heads at all.
Just thugging it out.
Just literally thugging it out.
I'm itchy, niggas.
Like, hey man, look, it's a part of it. Yeah. It's part of the game.
You just better be itchy, bro.
It's part of the game. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. So here we go. We're already getting off the rails this early, but it's all good.
You a nigga out there with braids?
Do you pat your head?
Hey, your girl watching you, bro. Don't pat your head.
Pat your head, man. If you got to pat your head, pat your head.
Watching you from the other room.
If you got to pat your head,
watching you pat your head.
I support it.
This nigga here.
I definitely support it. And if you can't do both, then what we out here for?
I guess, man.
If you can't pat your head and be a provider and a protector, then that's your fault.
I'm about to be.
You got to get your ducks in order.
I'm about to be the one.
Be patting my head, but
just itchy.
Hey, but don't run up on me though. I promise you, it's just. I promise you, it just itches a little bit. Don't try it. Type shit. I guess.
You gotta be hard to sit down and get the braids I got, bro.
Nah, I see.
Oh, she was.
I see.
She was about to pull my brain out.
As a nigga with no hair anymore, I do not envy you.
Oh, God.
But it look fire though.
Appreciate it.
I know you just entered into the like forte of braids.
I just, your hair grows long, and I feel like what I'm gonna do with it. I can't look homeless. Don't want to look homeless too long. Unhoused, excuse me.
Yeah, you can't. Yes, we're gonna be accurate.
I'm not trying to
accurate to the AP style guide and around these parts.
You gotta do something with it. I wanted to ask, but it was too early in the morning, and the person who braided my hair, she was obviously feeling how early in the morning it was.
Yeah,
I was just like, man, what all can I do with this, man? What could you do? I'm trying to like just pop out with a bunch of different hairstyles every
so often. Yeah, I feel that.
Pop out looking different.
Hey, the one thing about having hair is like trying stuff with it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm holding on to it too. You know what I'm saying? Before I'm all forehead.
Being all forehead is like a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Because like the lack of maintenance or thought I have to put into like going to a barbershop, I miss that part of the process.
Yeah.
Because the barbershop is home in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I gotta go to that motherfucker more. Like,
That's good.
I shape myself up the best.
I
shave my own head, and I try to shape up my beard to where I don't look as you just alluded to, unhoused.
Yeah.
And call it a day. But it's a lot of forehead. It's a lot of it.
I wouldn't know. That's not my ministry as a
not at this moment.
Right now, I'm not at all forehead. I'm just too much forehead.
That's a good sweet spot.
I look up designs for my braids. Like, people aren't gonna see this. They're just gonna see forehead. Like, people ain't gonna see this unless I gotta tie my shoes. That's okay. It's fine.
People will see your braids.
Tall niggas, basketball players, maybe.
Some niggas 6'2" and above.
6'2" and above. Like, that's a nice design he's got.
Hey man, I fuck with who did his braids.
And nobody else. Everybody else gonna be like,
LA niggas are not gonna think twice about your braids.
You got something going on up there. I don't know what.
That shit is hilarious, man. Every time I come out here, especially LA, like so many things are being developed, and I spent a lot of my youth out here. But like I said, I'm not born and raised in Los Angeles, so getting a chance to see and experience the city in different ways, and like especially like being over in Studio City, like I've never kicked it over here at all. Like this is not
Stu City. You gotta check in.
It's just not my.
You gotta check in with me over
You definitely do not have to check in with him over here. It is
check in with me.
It is lovely. There's white ladies with they small dogs walking down the street with their matchas.
They check in.
Nah, you got to be careful everywhere you go for real, because these white people take down whole banks. So. Different type of criminals out here for sure. But honestly, man, just it's love to you, man. I really appreciate it. It's like I didn't realize how bad I needed it until I was like sitting here and just kicking it and just trying to get some things done. And anytime you could just chill with your granny, man, and just talk about some life shit. That's always super nice. So during Women's History Month, man, come on, man. Yeah, and ain't nothing like that. So so 2025, man, it's obviously been, every year's a whirlwind, but I feel like it's just feel like it's whirlwindier every year that passes for some reason. Thankfully you guys weren't affected too much by the wildfires and everything, but you had to, evacuate eventually.
We evacuated for a night.
Talk a little bit about that, and kind of how you've been processing, 2025 as we've, kind of been, moving through it.
I mean, nowadays, picking somewhere to live, you're just sort of deciding which natural disaster you want to live through. It's true. Right?
Ecological disaster.
Ecological disaster, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like,
because the shit ain't natural.
Right, you live in Texas, it's a hurricane. Louisiana is a hurricane. Midwest is
or a ice storm.
Or ice storm. Chicago, you get ice storms. New York, you get hurricanes and ice storms.
In Austin, we live through two of them.
I know.
In a state that's not equipped for it at all.
Like, have those. And so here it's just wildfires. And I think if you're new to that environment, when you see stuff like I didn't think it was close enough to us to do anything, but then one day we went up to the roof and we saw it. Like, we saw it in the distance, just like coming closer. And we're like, if should probably get up out of here. You know what I mean? Just in case. Just spend the night, see what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so we ended up leaving for a night. All the people that we met over here, all our friends that we met over here were just like, you don't need to do that. And we're like, I mean, we see it. It's hell over the hill. We're just going to go, just make sure, you know what I'm saying? Let us figure that out, you know?
Facts.
And we did. We figured it out. We was able to get us a room outside of the city. We didn't go too far, but yeah, man, it was crazy to live through. Very, very sad for all the people who lost everything. You know, I mean, we made it out way, way, way better than we could have ever imagined. We were very blessed to be where we were, and our prayers go out to the people who lost everything in that fire, because man, that thing was historic and how damaging it was.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wasn't. It's crazy because I was, out when I was out here. I went out to meet with some friends. And the people that were in line just started talking about it. Yeah. So it's still very fresh on the minds of people.
Oh, yeah.
Just out here living in these LA streets.
And in the overarching media landscape, people are sort of moving on from it. But it's
right.
We're still, there's still people over here rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? You still drive by areas that are still reeling from the effects of what happened, man. It's tough. It's tough. So, I mean, it's not just a lot of people just sort of wrote it off as all the rich people lost their homes. It's like, nah, man, it wasn't just the rich people, bro. It was a lot of people got affected by that.
Nah, man, a whole, historic black community in Altadena, California, where my cousin grew up. Her childhood home is gone. So shout out to Taylor. That's my dog. She, house that I went to several times. When I was younger, her mom and my mom were, best friends growing, in their youth. So we were pretty close to that family as a whole. And yeah, her mom and her grandmother and her son, they're all still dealing with those effects. They've been able to, find some type of normalcy, consistency since then, thankfully. Those are things to be grateful for. And shout out to everybody in, my community and her community that have, donated to her, her cause and trying to get back on track. They have been living in a rental home, so they're at least not in the Airbnb space anymore. They're not in the hotel space anymore, from what I understand. So they're, slowly but surely getting their footing back together. And they've obviously terrible, but to Jordan's point, into their situation, so many other people are in even worse situations and haven't had that community to lean on. And I just think, I just thank God that, she's had that, and hopefully the people that are still, because you're right. I think we work in media, have worked in media for, several years, and that's but we worked in local news coverage and stuff, and the top story changes every day. Yeah, you gotta move on. So week to week, but it sucks because to your point, people are still having to deal with this every day, right. and that's every disaster that hits. But yeah, I'm just, again, I'm just grateful and thankful that they were safe and that you're safe, that everybody that, I care about, knew when it was time to leave and they got out and they didn't,
try to stick around.
They didn't try to stick around and cause wildfire, like you said, people deal with it, but it's kind of the same way. Like a hurricane. With everybody else too. It's kind of
when they say to evacuate, you need to evacuate.
You kind of it's not.
It's probably better to evacuate before they even say
and we honestly we have wildfires all the time, but it doesn't even happen like that.
Right. So that was literally the worst.
A 1 in 100 year type of occurrence. Hopefully,
and the wind. You should have been. If you would have been here, the wind was kicking, man. I had never been in. Those trees outside were bent over backwards. I'd never.
So being from Fontana, California, that's high desert.
Yeah.
So sandstorms are not a rarity.
Right.
So growing up, wind used to move
Yeah.
I would walk to school and be like fighting the wind to stay straight, you know?
Crazy,
so like, but the fact that it was out here like that is the trip. So like, hopefully again, like
everybody smoking all that damn reefer.
That gas, man. That's
all
good.
that reefer you're smoking.
Is what led to it
could have been anything though. Like that's the thing. It could have been someone, like that's what they would want it to be. Everyone wants someone to blame when it's probably just old infrastructure. Bad sparks flying.
Anything.
Some bullshit.
Anything.
It could just it's probably just old infrastructure that they've needed to fix for years.
Wildfires are.
I don't want to get on my high horse. I just moved here. Yeah. No, for real. Like I don't want to be like they need to fix that. No. I just moved here. I don't fucking know. But like that's what you hear people talk about, and that's what you hear people talk about. Like when we're in Texas covering wildfire,
right?
You know what I mean? Like that's always what it was, right?
Well, I mean, it literally doesn't, especially with how hot it gets here.
Yeah,
it wasn't necessarily hot then, but in the IE and stuff, like wildfires are way more common,
bro.
Just because of how hot it gets.
It gets so hot, and there's all this litter, like sun going through a piece of plastic
and some brush.
That's
it.
Fire.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I mean? Like it can happen.
Yeah.
You know?
So all that to say, just glad everybody's safe.
Ain't nothing for that sun, man.
And ain't nothing for that sun.
Sun's down here walking the streets with you.
The sun don't give a shit.
It don't.
About what you have going on that day. Like,
and I think they were in the middle of a pretty bad drought when it started too.
Yes.
Yeah, it just hadn't rained since we've been there, but like twice.
Which is always a thing.
Yeah, it's always
a thing here. There's always a drought. There's always something, to your point. Like it's the land of milk and honey until that get hot.
Yeah.
Then the honey start melting shit and you just out here sticking in it. Like it's things like.
But the weather's so nice.
The weather's so nice. But hey man, look, I might have to take my California card, like my SoCal card. I might have to give it back because man, look, I felt an earthquake the other day.
Oh, was there an earthquake over here while we were gone? Yeah. Really? It was that bad?
I mean, it was like it wasn't nothing crazy, but it was like a magnitude 3 or 4, which is not like.
Well, there's been too many. Like,
but
it's been too many since we've been here.
But I'm telling you, like the ground shook, and the way I was just like, "Oh, is this it?" Like,
it could always. That's the thing. That could be the one.
But I never.
It could be the one. It could be the one that just don't stop.
But I tell you, I shit you not how many earthquakes I've been through and not even like thought about it.
Yeah, but since
I haven't felt an earthquake in a minute. Like I couldn't even, like I was literally sitting here thinking, I'm like, when's the last time I felt an earthquake?
All right.
And I couldn't think of it. And I'm like, I've been coming back and forth from California since I left 10 years ago. And I don't think I ever felt an earthquake until this trip. And I literally said, like, I'm sitting here.
Since living here, you mean?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I left full time.
Yeah. So since that time, you haven't felt an earthquake.
No. And but the reason why I say it is because the reason why I said 10 years is because the amount of trips, like I've come back here and never felt an earthquake. Like maybe it's probably have occurred or whatever. And
small ones.
Yeah, or I've been sleeping, I didn't feel one because that's usually how it goes. But like I was in here in the dark too, like watching something on TV, like probably a game or something, and I was just like, and I was like, wait a minute. No.
That one's so scary because that's the one you can't prepare for.
At all. You can't see it.
All.
You can't see it.
Can't see it coming.
You don't know when it's coming.
You can't evacuate. Where are you gonna go?
Somewhere where the fault line ain't, I guess.
But that's not really
a plan.
like
that's just running.
I'm about to say, well, by the time you're ready to go, it's happening, baby.
That's from what I understand. That's why like the Northridge quake was so crazy, is because like motherfuckers just driving on the highway,
gone,
and then the shit just collapsed. I
don't want to think about it.
No, it's giving me.
I love it here.
I
love LA.
We love it.
God damn it.
On that note, since you love LA, 2025 has obviously been a mess, and it's been, in a lot of other ways other than the wildfires and, and all that good stuff. Like, what are some things that you've been at least like grateful for and can express some gratitude about?
Well, it's just the fact that I live here. It's well, I mean, this has been a place I've been wanting to live for a long time.
Absolutely, yeah.
I touched on it last time, but it's just like having the opportunity to be out here and pursue the type of work that I want to pursue. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll get down every now and then just because of the quickness of which things are coming up and like how the jobs that I'm getting or whatever. But every now and then, like conversations like this, I'm always able to bring it back to like, I'm so glad that I'm able to live here, and wouldn't be able to live here without my partner Maya. She's been very supportive through all this, so I'm grateful for her. Grateful for my family and my friends that I'm able to lean on in times like this when I'm just trying to figure things out. And I don't know, just been grateful for the people that I have around me. That's why that trip was so refreshing,
right?
Because I was able to see a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while, and sort of like pour into them, talk to them about what
things are going on with and things that are going on with them,
and the positive things happening in their life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's inspiring, and it puts that battery in your back to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful for things like that.
Yeah, I did all that same sentiment for sure. I'm glad to I've definitely have some gratitude in just having some type of employment, having a part-time gig. Shout out to Total Wine.
Shout out to Total Wine
for giving me a job for sure. And having gratitude, honestly, and just, where my feet are at, having, a chance to just live and have air in my lungs and a roof over my head and everything like that. Just trying to be, like I said, just more grounded in my gratitude, but also realizing that the people who orders 27 items on Uber Eats.
You should be though, because
when
those dashers are making
when there's a 27-minute time limit are the worst types of people.
1 item per minute, man. You can't move. You can't move fast.
I can, but that's whole labor.
Yeah,
that is whole labor. That's nasty work to order that many items and something is supposed to be due in 30 minutes.
Hey man, they over there about to get drunk. Over there about to get slit. You should be grateful for just the thought of the party that they're about to have.
Because it's giving me a check.
Not only is it giving you a check, but you are the proprietor that is allowing for just this crazy turn up that's about to happen.
Don't look at it like that.
He's like, I'm not there.
Nah, I'm not.
I'm not getting to do it.
I'm not going. I gotta climb up. Some ladders and some stairs and go hunting for boxes and all that. Nah, I'm good. Like y'all,
you're the deliverer of the fun.
I get it. If you wanted to have 27 items, you should have did an in-store pickup and did it in advance.
That's fair enough.
A couple days, not two. Again, like
not 2 hours.
Man, not 2 hours, not 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Jesus. Nasty work. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that to your people in retail and service. Be kind and understand people are over there just trying to make a little change to take home. You feel me?
Convenience culture, man.
It is convenience culture.
People don't care about that. You're just an app to them. They don't even think of that.
There's no person on the other end of it. There's no person.
It's not even personal to them. Like, it just, you order it on the app.
It's definitely not personal, but I think that's the problem. Like, I think that we have to, like, in general, and not to get too soapboxy, but I think there should be a level of, like, I've always, in service, I think working odd job, like, growing up or whatever, working in retail, working in fast food and stuff like that, I already had a perspective of treating people in service with respect.
Yeah.
And the app stuff it doesn't change anything like that. Like when I order food,
you're conscious of
a nasty habit, I still try to I'm making sure you have everything is as convenient as possible for you.
You're conscious of the person on the
because I realize that there's a person trying to get me my stuff that I ordered.
I think when you order on
especially since I can't do it myself because I don't have a vehicle and things right now either.
When you order on DoorDash, you should have to FaceTime the driver before you.
I sincerely want to thank Maya LaGrange for getting me a ticket to go home, and I got a chance to see, my granny and some of my cousins and stuff, and it was really nice. Got to see my nephew win his, middle school championship when I was there, you know, with my little brother Braylon and, you know, my sister, his mom Desiree, being a full fucking team mom, you know, like yelling, like I would not, you know, she, like, my sister loves her kids, she loves my nephews like down like 1,000%, but like seeing her being, you know, in her element, and then seeing my nephew's very reserved. My oldest nephew, Xavier. I love you, Xavier. You're fucking awesome. He's very reserved to himself. Man of few words, but it was really nice to see him like in his fullness. Like, he was just like so excited that they won, and like, you know, he's not a big, like, he doesn't smile a lot. Like, he, you know, he jokes, and like he'll say things here and there, especially like if you're talking about something that he's interested in, he'll brighten up a little bit. But it was like full throttle. Like, he was, you know, ecstatic, and he ended up winning MVP. He ended up getting team MVP at their little banquet that they had. Not a little banquet, their banquet that they had postseason. So shout out to Xavier. I love you. My little one, Jay, you know, didn't get a chance to see him play. He's a baseball kid, so didn't get a chance to see him play, but, you know, got a chance to see him. We, you know, had some food after the game and everything. So it was nice. Got to see my little brother, you know, shout out to Braylon. Just finished up his first year at UCLA. Man, that's crazy to say out loud. I can't believe it. Like, that kid is, man, he's doing it, you know? And I think that's, you know, that was important for me to see, like, everybody's good, everybody's, you know, I didn't get to see everybody, but like the people I saw, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, especially my young ones. That was nice. That was really nice. So I really appreciate Maya for doing that for me. Yeah, you know, friends. It's awesome. So I'm glad that they're out there doing their thing in LA and living their best life. You know, check out Jordan. Jordan's going to be on a red carpet near you. He's doing his stand-up comedy thing and working through that, you know, right now. And he's I've always thought he was hella funny. I'll stand on tables saying that he's just funny. And I'm glad he's, you know, putting in the work and doing the things that he needs to do while he's out there. He's also, you know, as you heard earlier, like, he's also working, you know, side hustle, like part-time jobs, trying to, like, you know, pull his own weight in this world, and, you know, chasing them dreams. So that's all we can do. And I love him for that. Yeah. So gonna wrap things up pretty quick here, and I'm not gonna get too much into it, but yeah, it's been a tough year. You know, getting laid off, being a full year after getting laid off a year plus since then, has not been, you know, easy at all. Just can't stress enough how thankful I am for the community. You know, the people that have, you know, rallied around me when I've needed it. You know, if it's, you know, money, if it's support, if it's, you know, whether it's physical or, you know, the latter, which is, you know, just being, you know, emotionally supportive. You know, I'm lucky. Like, I'm very much blessed in that regard, because like there are times where I'm like, damn, you know, I think like I am the shit. Like, it fluctuates between that to, you know, goddamn, like, am I good enough? Like, am I, like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? You know, and I don't know. Like, I definitely fluctuate between the two, and it's kind of hard not to. I know a lot of people go through this. Like, a lot of people right now or, out of work. A lot of people are, have been laid off. Like, I'm not the first person or the last person that's going to be let go from a job. I just think for me, it was one of those things that was a incredible blow to my ego. And I'm very, I wouldn't say slowly, but I'm churning back. I'm churning my way back for sure. My confidence is, it's getting there. Like it is getting there. I don't want to say that, I'm not affected by it anymore, because I am. And I think, just trying to find my way in the world has been something that has, been a stressor. Is something that I don't necessarily take for granted, how hard it is to be successful, how hard it is to sustain success once you had it. And I, being full accountable, don't think I did all the things that I needed to do to sustain success. Whether that be, not saving money properly, thinking that shit, that next check is gonna come regardless because I'm good at what I do or I'm great at what I do. So that shit's gonna happen regardless. Like, no, you still gotta plan ahead. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that are definitely on me. I gotta hold myself accountable, give myself the grace to know, like, shit happens, you learn, hopefully. You kind of feel like once you get to a certain age, like them lessons start to get like more crucial. Like you have to respond, a lot quicker, more immediately. And somebody that like, gets anxious, I have to really like prepare. I have to really prepare and plan. So that's where I'm at right now. Like I'm on plan like Z. I'm on like plan Z and a half. And, it's going to work out. I have faith in it, just because of my work ethic, who I am as a person. And honestly, again, like the people around me, I have a lot of like great people that are just in my life, sending me job board posts and, trying to connect me with the right people. And, shout out to Of Color. Like that's something I haven't mentioned yet, but like I've been working with Of Color in Austin, Texas, a nonprofit focused on elevating, artists of color and the artist community, like the, artist community for Black and brown people within Austin. And they've been, a safety net. It's been a volunteer-based gig so far, but just, taking myself outside of myself and, giving back in the capacity that I can give back, because I would love to coach. I would love to, give my time, but I'm not in a space in my life to where I can adequately do so. And I think working with Of Color was something that, like, using my skills as an editor, as a producer, as a videographer, and as somebody that like studied journalism, can give. Like I can do those things, and it's, it's still hard work and it's still something I give my all to, but it's just something that I'm able to do without like, leaving my crib, or working in a space where like, it's not like I gotta, show up every day physically, you know what I mean? So I thank them for that. Shout out to Steve, Rudy, Tobar, Kyla, Nate, Nikki, Ariel, Nicole. We add motherfuckers to this group. So I'm just, if I forget you, I am so sorry. Niquare, I didn't forget you, dog. I got you. So it's a good team. They've lifted me up a lot, in this search. And, I don't know where I would be. My friends in Austin, my local tribe, my people back home in Southern California, LA, the IE, it's been tough, but like I swear I would not be here. I don't know what I would do without those people. 1,000%. Yeah, and I think that's about it. I don't think I really have too much else to say this episode for sure. It's been lovely talking to y'all. We're definitely getting to more sports
next time. Again, the music that you'll hear on this podcast is from my homeboy, 1000% Corbin Butler. He's got new music out now, yo. He's got a full new EP out. I'm gonna put that up here on the screen for you. Make sure you go check it out. And then, you know, again, just take care of yourselves. Make sure you're loving on your peoples. The way you move in the world is definitely being, you know, noticed, and trust me, people need you more than you know. So I appreciate y'all so much. Again, season 2, let's get it.